In the beautiful game of football, some legends take an entire lifetime to build. Players spend decades sweating, bleeding, and fighting in the shadows, hoping that one day, just maybe, the world will remember their names. But for one man, it didn't take decades. It didn't take years. It took exactly 90 minutes of pure, unadulterated chaos to make the entire global football community stop, stare, and bow down in absolute disbelief. We live in an era dominated by multi-millionaire superstars. We are used to seeing names like Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Erling Haaland, or Kylian Mbappe controlling the internet. But on June 15, 2026, the entire digital world experienced an unprecedented earthquake. Millions of football fans picked up their phones, opened Instagram, and began searching for one specific low-profile account. Within a matter of hours, an obscure profile that hidden away in the corners of social media exploded like a supernova. The follower count didn't just grow, it shattered records, skyrocketing to a staggering 6 million followers in what felt like a single heartbeat. But who was this man? This wasn't a teenage prodigy signed by Real Madrid or Manchester City. This was Josimar Dias, a veteran athlete known to his people and now to the entire world simply as Vozinha. At 40 years old, an age where most professional footballers have already retired to enjoy their millions, Vozinha was standing on the grandest stage of them all, the FIFA World Cup 2026. He was representing Cabo Verde, a tiny remote island nation that many sports critics couldn't even find on a map. Was this sudden internet fame just a fluke? Was it a momentary viral trend driven by social media algorithms? Or was it the aftermath of a genuine, real-life sporting miracle? Because let's be entirely honest, no amount of luck, no amount of hype, and no social media algorithm can save you when you are trapped on a pitch, staring down the barrel of a non-stop, ruthless, and terrifying onslaught by a European football superpower like Spain. Today, we are pulling back the curtain. We are going beyond the viral screenshots and diving deep into the absolute breathtaking truth behind the 7 unbelievable gravity-defying saves that left Spain's world-class attackers complete. To truly understand the magnitude of what happened, we have to look closely at the man himself and where he came from. Look at his official Instagram profile page. Right there, etched into his biography, he has a simple yet profoundly heavy phrase written in Portuguese: "Nunca esqueças quem és e de onde vieste." When translated to English, it carries a powerful message that resonates far beyond the football pitch. Never forget who you are and where you came from. For Vozinha, these aren't just empty words used to look good on social media. This exact mindset was his psychological armor, forged through years of playing in empty stadiums, dealing with shoestring budgets, and facing constant disrespect from the international football community. Cabo Verde is a small archipelago nation off the coast of West Africa. Its entire population is less than a single neighborhood in Madrid or Barcelona. In the grand ecosystem of global football, they were considered ghosts. They were never supposed to be here. This was their very first debut in the long history of the FIFA World Cup. On the other side of the pitch stood Spain, a terrifying Goliath. A squad worth hundreds of millions of euros, packed with generational talents, elite tacticians, and strikers who score goals for fun in the UEFA Champions League. On paper, this match shouldn't have even been allowed to happen. It wasn't a fair fight. Before the referee even stepped onto the grass, every major sports analyst, every betting house, and every football pundit had already written the script. They predicted a complete blowout. They openly discussed how many goals Spain would score: 4, 5, maybe 6. The only question wasn't if Spain would win, but how badly they would humiliate Cabo Verde. Imagine the crushing, suffocating weight of an entire nation resting solely on your shoulders. Imagine standing in that tunnel, looking across at world-class superstars, knowing that millions of people expect you to fail. That was the reality facing Vozinha as he adjusted his gloves and walked out into the blinding stadium lights. The world expected a tragedy for Cabo Verde, but what they forgot to calculate was the unbreakable spirit of a man who remembered exactly where he came from. The whistle blew, and from the very first second, the script went completely out of the window. Spain did exactly what everyone expected. They unlocked their terrifying passing machine, dominating possession and suffocating the Cabo Verde defense. But they ran directly into a concrete wall. Let's break down the raw, tactical truth of the 7 monumental saves that turned this standard group stage match into an absolute madhouse. Save number 1 happened in the opening minutes of the match. Spain broke through the back line with terrifying speed. Their star winger unleashed a low, driven, venomous shot aimed directly at the bottom left corner, a goalkeeper's worst nightmare. But Vozinha anticipated it perfectly. He dropped his massive frame instantly, extending a strong palm to parry the ball away. It was an immediate, loud statement to the Spanish team. If you want to score today, you will have to earn it. Spain, visibly frustrated, shifted their tactics. For saves number 2 and 3, they began firing lethal dipping long-range rockets from outside the penalty box. The ball was swerving through the air, shifting directions unpredictably. But Vozinha's positioning was masterclass. He didn't panic. With calm eyes, he tracked the flight of the ball, leaping with perfect timing to punch the danger far out of the box over and over again. As the clock ticked closer to halftime, the pressure became unbearable. A rare defensive miscommunication left a Spanish striker completely unmarked inside the 6-yard box. This was it. Save number 4. A point-blank shot from just a few yards out. The Spanish fans were already jumping out of their seats to celebrate. It was a guaranteed goal, but in a fraction of a second, displaying superhuman lightning-fast reflexes, Vozinha threw up his trailing hand, miraculously clawing the ball over the crossbar. The stadium erupted in pure shock. The second half was nothing short of a siege. Spain poured forward with everything they had, attacking from the left, the right, and through the center. Saves number 5 and 6 were a testament to pure grit and survival. Vozinha was being battered. He was collided with, fatigued, and under a relentless aerial assault. Yet his elite focus did not drop by even a single percent. And then came save number 7, the masterpiece. The single moment that broke the internet. In the dying minutes of the match, a powerful bullet header was directed perfectly toward the top corner, the literal dead zone, where no human goalkeeper is supposed to reach. But Vozinha completely defied the laws of gravity. He launched his body into the stratosphere, stretching every muscle, and with the very tips of his fingers, he slapped the ball off the goal line. It wasn't just a save, it was an act of pure defiance that shattered Spanish hearts and ignited the soul of Cabo Verde. When the referee finally blew the final whistle, the stadium didn't just cheer, it shook. The scoreboard read, Spain 0, Cabo Verde 0. The impossible had manifested into reality. This unheralded, heavily doubted squad of brothers had just secured the first ever clean sheet in their nation's World Cup history against one of the greatest attacking teams on earth. As the television cameras rushed onto the pitch, panning past the stunned, speechless faces of the Spanish superstars, they finally zoomed in on the man of the hour. They zoomed in on Vozinha, but there was no arrogant celebration. There was no running around shouting at the cameras. Instead, the world witnessed something deeply beautiful. Tears. Pure, unfiltered tears streaming down the face of a 40-year-old warrior. These weren't just tears of joy for winning a single football match. These were the tears of a man who had spent a lifetime fighting in the shadows, enduring critics who told him he was too old, too slow, and came from a country too small to matter. Decades of sacrifice, pain, and unrewarded loyalty to his national jersey were validated in that single moment. Without a single second of debate, the official FIFA committee handed him the prestigious Man of the Match award, titled beautifully in the Portuguese broadcast as Estreia de Gigante, the debut of a giant. When he stood in front of the microphone, his voice trembled with emotion. He didn't boast about his 7 saves. He spoke about his teammates, his family, and the people back home on the islands. He understood that this wasn't just about sports anymore. It was a historic victory for human willpower. The aftermath of those 90 minutes was a cultural phenomenon. Global football media empires like 433 immediately began blasting his face across every digital platform. His Instagram handle @Vozinha1 transformed from a humble page into a digital monument, gaining millions of followers in record time as fans from America, Asia, Europe, and Africa united to celebrate this incredible underdog story. Vozinha's journey at the 2026 World Cup leaves us with a profound lesson that extends far beyond the boundaries of a football field. In your own life, you are going to face your own version of Spain. You will face giant problems, massive obstacles, and overwhelming odds. You will encounter critics and doubters who will look at where you came from, look at your age, or look at your resources, and they will count you out before you even step onto the field. But if you remember Vozinha's words, if you never forget who you are and where you came from, you can stand your ground. If you stay prepared in the darkness, when the lights finally shine on you, you too can pull off your own miracle. What an absolute honor it was to witness this legendary performance. What do you think about Vozinha's historic 7 saves against Spain? Do you believe Cape Verde has what it takes to pull off another massive shock in this World Cup? Drop your thoughts, your respect, and your predictions in the comments section down below. If this story inspired you today, make sure to smash that like button, share this video with a friend who needs to hear it, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dive, incredible football documentaries. Thank you so much for watching. Keep fighting your own giants, and we will see you in the very next video.